Welcome to Maison Maitland Kitchens. It's barbecue season, so what better recipe to share with you today is my apple cider barbecue sauce. So what I love about this is that we're using local apple cider from Hall's, just around the corner. And we're using both apple cider vinegar in it, as well as their fairly new alcohol apple cider, which has about 5% alcohol, which will burn off as you cook it. So to start, we're going to have a little bit of onion, finely chopped, about a cup, which is about the size of this onion. And it's just on the stove, bubbling away in a little bit of sunflower oil. We also need about 3 garlic cloves, but I was lucky enough to get some of this fresh garlic from Harmony Farms, again, just up the road from me. So I know it looks like a green onion, but it is fresh garlic. So obviously you chop off the roots, and then I just use the white part, and I kind of equate it to 1 clove of garlic equals about that 1.5 inches of the white part of this. So finely chopped, both of them. They are bubbling away there, sauteing in the pan, and we just want to get those soft. We're not trying to caramelize them, we're just trying to get them soft. And when that's ready, we're going to add some spices. So what we have here is some paprika, some coriander powder, dried mustard, some chili flakes, of course, to give it just a little bit of kick. You can put more in if you want it spicier. And some ancho chili powder, which is very, very lightly smoked. Just gives it a nice little undertone. And of course, some salt and pepper. So when the onions are ready, we're going to add these and then saute this right into the onions to bring out the oils and the flavors and to revitalize them again for the barbecue sauce. So here we go. Wow, that smell is amazing. And you're just going to do this for a couple of minutes. So the next step is we're going to add the liquid to help reduce it in the pan. So we've got about 1/2 cup of the cider vinegar, which is super good for us. And we're going to add a cup. This is my favorite one. It is just right, and it's just right. It's halfway. It's halfway between sweet and dry. So nice little, and this effervescence too. So we want about a cup of that. So we're adding that to the pan. You can hear the sizzle. So now we're going to put this back on the stove and let it reduce to about half. So now we're ready to add the final ingredients to the sauce. Obviously, just a little bit more sweetness. I like to add maple syrup and brown sugar combination, okay? And I know it looks like a lot of sugar, but we do need it to counterbalance the acidity of not only the vinegar and the cider, but we've got about 3/4 of a cup of tomato paste. So this is just regular tomato paste. So we're going to add this in. It smells amazing in here, I have to say. You're going to have everybody in the kitchen wondering what you're cooking when you do this one. Anyhow, so we're just going to mix this. I'm going to hop it back on the stove, and we're just going to let that simmer for about 15 minutes. And then when we're finished with that, we're going to put it in a Cuisinart or food processor and blend it. Sometimes I like to leave it like this to give the chunkiness, a little bit of the onion, especially if I'm going to be doing it on chicken, on the barbecue. But again, you can just blitz the whole thing, put it in a mason jar, and just keep it in your fridge. And honestly, just make sure it's cold and before you put it in the fridge. But it is fantastic. It's good for 2 or 3 weeks. It'll be fine, and you'll want it on your ribs, on your chicken, and It's just a fantastic barbecue sauce. You won't be buying any store-bought anymore, I promise you. Anyhow, happy barbecuing season, and thank you again for joining me today in Maison Maitland Kitchens.